All right, this has ended up one of the wildest, like, just guessing games I've ever had with a versus battle I've ever been involved with. And I'm glad it's a debut video on my homie Don's channel. So I'm going to go ahead and let Don explain to y'all what we're doing here.
All right, everyone, welcome to the channel. I was about to say, we are doing the versus battle of 616 Ultron versus post-crisis Brainiac. And me and Splash have been racking our brains over this the last few weeks because of some different scans and different abilities of each character. It's a very interesting matchup. So, Splash, if you want to go ahead and present Brainiac, and then I'll present Ultron, we can go ahead and start the discussion from there.
Yeah, so Brainiac is a character that's actually, most people associate this battle with tech, which is rightfully so. Brainiac does use tech, but he's actually more of a psionic based character. Um, he was born to a people, I believe they're all consistently 8th level intellects, making them some of the smartest natural beings in existence. But Brainiac, when he was born with a 12th level intellect. And then he went on to take technology to surpass those mental restraints that even kept him bound at it's an insane level. 12th level is like multiversal level IQ, but he wanted something more, so he used technology to surpass that. Over time, this made Brainiac one of the most dangerous threats in the universe. He was going around with his technology, casually blowing up star systems. He sent a probe that eventually ran into Superman. His probes literally can fight Justice League characters like Superman. They can go underwater and bull on Aquaman, even underwater, which is very impressive. But after the probe, ran into Superman, Superman's no bitch. He handled his problems. That's when, Brainiac's like, oh, shit, there might be something at Earth worth looking into. Became a really big thorn in the side of Superman, as he is such a knowledgeable, high IQ, psionic-based character who uses his tech to terrorize. And in clashes with Superman, his strikes have actually been compared to Doomsday's. He's casually held his own against Superman. He's a team buster. He's pulled up on new gods before, like Orion, and one-shotted them with his mind hacks and his psionic abilities. He is able to hop from body to body if forced to. However, when this occurs, there was a certain point where he got into a new body. I believe it was Kaluan Tech. And this kind of forced him, put him in a tough spot where he's like, yeah, I can't really leave this spot anymore. So if you argue to use that version of Brainiac, you could argue he can't hop anymore. But I don't think we'll really be doing that. But yeah, he psionically, I do think that's probably his most impressive. He has new god level tech. He can hack new gods in their technology. Of course, these are beings that live beyond time and space and are considered conceptual or archetypal in nature. And in Man of Action Comics, he actually revealed that when he first had fought Superman, Clark didn't really do shit. Like, couldn't really affect him on a serious level. So overall, I think Brainiac's probably one of the most slept on physical fighters out there in the Versus community, because what he's produced, even just producing them psionically, he produced like clones that fought Superman and kept up with him and could hurt him and hit like Doomsday. So yeah, his condensed particle tech, his IQ, his psionic abilities all make Brainiac one of the most unique threats you can face, in an iconic villain as the Tyrant of Knowledge. But that's it for a brief summary of Brainiac. I'm going to go ahead and pass it off to my homeboy Don.
Ultron is also known as a team buster. He was created by Hank Pym, and Hank Pym is one of the, top tier, smartest people in Marvel. One of Ultron's very first actions was brainwashing Hank Pym into forgetting Ultron ever existed, and then began upgrading after that. Ultron also created the second incarnation of the Masters of Evil, was able to bolo the 60s Avengers that included Black Panther, Hawkeye, the Wasp, and Goliath, which was Hank Pym. Ultron also created the Vision, which the Vision has some pretty good scaling. I would say at least Universal Plus, maybe more. 60s Thor, Universal, you know what I mean? You got Captain America, Hulk, multiple characters that have very, very high tier feats that Ultron has no problem boloing on a constant basis, kind of thing. Another real thing that Ultron has is his virus, which is a techno-organic virus. He was also able to use Pym particles as a part of, being able to fuse with Hank Pym, and that gives him access to the quantum realm, which gives him access pretty much to interdimensional travel. Taken over the Phalanx, which pretty much is like simulation of technology that has like assimilated 100,000 worlds and slaughtered 200,000 races, and has existed for 100,000 life cycles, and has the collective knowledge of all previous generations. And with that, he was able to bolo the Kree Empire, and it took the combined efforts of Quasar and Wrath, and Quasar was powered by all the deceased Kree souls to be able to put Ultron down. In Secret Wars, he was recreated by the Beyonder, and at first he was boloed by Galactus, but Doctor Doom was able to reprogram him to follow his commands. And this version of Ultron was able to disintegrate Thor and kill Kang the Conqueror, which both of those obviously have really, really high tier feats. He fought Ares and Sentry, which Ares has been able to fight the Chaos King, and Sentry, obviously fought the Void, or is part of the Void, and his scale is extremely high. So, I don't know. I was ready to say Ultron has some pretty spectacular feats that are impressive, to say the least, and just from someone that has just started reading different things into Ultron. So
yeah, I definitely, hold on, I gotta get you. I'm not counting an Ares feat. Ares is a bitch. Ares for sure got ripped like toilet paper by Sentry, so I can't say he scales to Chaos King. We might have gotten comment bombed for that, but overall, yeah, I do agree. Ultron's really impressive, especially in long-term combat, which is, I think, what this battle comes down to. One character is more set on like domination of who created him, which also entails Earth. He hates humanity. Brainiac's just like gaining knowledge, conquering worlds, doing other stuff. He doesn't really have like a specific target. It's just everything. If these two were to fight, I do feel like Brainiac in a one-on-one physically would beat Ultron. Like, he's physically superior, in my opinion, to Ultron. But in a long, drawn-out fight, using all their tech and what they're capable of, especially Pym particles and the stuff he has related to that, I think that is where Ultron could be more problematic for Brainiac. What do you think?
I do agree. I believe Ultron would win the war of attrition, but if it was just a one-on-one Brainiac versus Ultron, no tech or anything like that, yeah, Brainiac would probably bring it home for himself, as in physicality. But one thing I would like to ask you, Splash, what do you think Brainiac's best feat is?
Casually.
This is separate from the actual like battle. I was just wondering what your
him like casually folding new gods was crazy to me. I like one tapping Orion's wild. That's hard to do. He also had a feat where Light Ray compared his inherent power and his ability to inflict pain as being greater than even something Darkseid could do. This is impressive because Light Ray himself is a new god who has witnessed Darkseid's like chaos before, given he's like best friends with Orion and he's always riding around with him. So I'd say being compared above Doomsday, and then casually hacking Batman's tech. Like, Batman knew he was going against Brainiac and was helpless to getting his suit hacked on like instantly by Brainiac showing up. Shit like that is really impressive for Brainiac. I think, like you said, one-on-one in a closed environment, just you gotta brawl it out. I think Brainiac's beating the shit out of Ultron, honestly, but that's stupid because this is a war where we would be like doing a disservice to the characters to say that's how they get down. That's not what they do. They are tech gods that conquer. They don't just specifically 1v1 in a traditional sense. So I think if we gave them, full access to their tech and how they operate, oh my god, it's probably one of the most conflicted battles I've ever done, but I'd probably favor Ultron. Slightly because of his better tech and stuff like the soul gem, Pem particles, things like that, interdimensional shit. Psionically, I don't know if he would just mind hacks Ultron. Ultron's a machine. So it gets a bit weird. I don't trust either to hack each other. I don't. But I do see Ultron at the end of the day possibly forcing Brainiac out of his body enough times that it's just too problematic and he dies. But yeah, at the end, I'd probably slightly favor Ultron.
Yeah, I would have to say Ultron probably 6 out of 10 times in a fair assessment. Probably one of the craziest feats I saw for Ultron when I was reading through Ultron was the Ultron Forever storyline, where he was able to kill all the heroes on Earth and then imprison Asgard and gain the Odin Force. Like, I thought that was pretty insane, because Odin has some very, very high tier feats, and to imprison all of Asgard and to kill all the heroes on Earth, that would include Doctor Strange, Hulk, Matthew Malloy, Professor X, Jean Grey, Phoenix Force.
Ben fucking Grimm, man. Not yeah.
Ben Grimm, yeah. That's another thing I was ready to say. Ultron has broken Ben Grimm's indomitable will, so that's a almost like 9/10 of the feats right there, JK. But
yeah, but like we said, it is a crazy battle. I think I might do either Brainiac video on my channel and then an Ultron one. But I know, Don, obviously with your debut video, you got some specific plans for the channel. So how about we wrap this up with you just letting them know what you're kind of planning on doing with the channel, the goals you have, and then we'll get out of here.
all right, yeah, I was ready to say my channel is going to be really focused on mechs of any genre. We're going to be doing reviews of different mangas for mechs, some power scaling, definitely some debates on the channel. In the description, also the coffee shop members will be down in the description below as well. Please look at their content. I was ready to say all of them have excellent content. Also, like and subscribe. And I was ready to say the next video will be out fairly shortly. And I was ready to say, and the next one is going to be a real good one, fellas. So definitely stay tuned.
All right, we'll see y'all later. Peace.
Peace.